Hello. Hi everybody, welcome. My hair is still wet. And the door is kind of wide open. Who's that? Someone's just staring at me. No, it's no one. The other person's in the bathroom. Oh, there he is. It's gonna come out right now. Be gone, Spectre! Just kidding. Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. The right stream. Finally. Ohio. Late at night. It's good to nasht. Okay? It's nighttime. Yeah, it's nighttime, so yes, it's technically not Ohio anymore. Welcome to the right stream. Finally, after like so long, last week was an unfortunate thing, but not last week, was it last week? The week before that, it was unfortunate that I couldn't have my right stream, so tonight we're finally having it, and we're going to go back to the Wheel of Fate. So before we get started, how is everybody? I miss my friends. So the last 2 days I've been doodling some stuff, and you know, I was gonna go back and watching Snowpiercer. So the door is closed. The dog is in the room. The curtains are closed so the neighbors can't see me. Just be a weirdo. It's very easy to hide your face here, and that's good. This mercenary likes to keep his identity incognito as much as he can, even though I'm just standing right in front of you. Anyway, tonight's right stream, as you all could have guessed, will be taken from several prompts. So let me just see right here. So my prompts for tonight will be science fiction, soft romance, mystery, police, a one-act play, low fantasy, poetry, and tragedy. So the last time, okay, a brief recap. The last time we wrote a horror story about a Wendigo and a hunter in Canada, and since horror has been done already during the last Wheel of Fate, we're not going to be doing horror. So we're gonna pick from these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I cannot count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take 8 genres. So from these 8 genres, we're gonna be we're gonna be just writing, you know that? Okay, so I'll give myself around 10-15 minutes and then in between, just to see how to research for a specific thing I want to do, because not all of these genres I have something prepared for, like soft romance. God damn, I hate writing romance. I don't even know what romance is. Oh yeah, Valentine's Day is coming up tomorrow, so feel free to splurge out your Valentine woes in the chat if I write about romance, because now is the perfect time to say, yes, I can write a perfect Valentine story just for you. And then other things like one-act play. Good luck researching. Thank you, Sky. Yeah, it'll be fun actually. You guys are gonna actually see the researching going on live. So yeah, it's gonna be quite information. And then what else? I'll be playing a bunch of tracks from my ambience list. Yeah, my ambience list is probably the old songs we probably heard from. Real Kiss, buy flowers for the boys. Yeah, sure, I'll buy flowers for the boys. Let's see if they're let's actually tune in to the Wheel of Names. They call it the Wheel of Names, but it's actually called the Wheel of Fate. Hang on. I do have something prepared, so I'm going to slightly disappear for a bit. Give me a second. Wait, no, this is the wrong thing. Wait. Okay, hold on everybody. I'll get the music going, and then after that we can spin the wheel. I just need to do something really quick and reshuffle everything, because as you guys could have guessed, I did something earlier on today, and I just wanted to use it because it's funny. So for this stream, I'll be using something special. Where is it? Oh, it's not there. Hello? Oh, there it is. Hello. Sorry, the mouse just keeps moving. Yeah, this is a different software. So yes, hello. I have changed to my gremlin-esque attitude. So now you get to see me write as a gremlin. Yes, today was like a dual purpose thing, like figuring out, could I just write something? Can I just have a different avatar while I'm writing? I've been wanting to do this for like a long time. Also, I'm just facing the complete wrong way. Also, I can't do it to the other side because you can see the table, the end of the table, because there's nothing there. Ah! Anyway, so I'll be in a corner here, and Wally will be here. He's very small. Yes, he's small and cute. Look at him. Look at him. He's so cute. Like I can do this, right? Oh, oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. It works. Wally will be here. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Hello, buddy. Okay, my buddy will be here. He'll be blocking the end of the table. Yes, it's very scuffed, but I like it. Okay, hopefully you guys can see it. So as you can see here, we got the wheel of fate going on. We got the wheel of fate going on, and we're going to be seeing what we get, and we're gonna play a bunch of songs in the meantime. Okay, something just went wrong. We're just gonna play VR Hanger from Ace Combat 7 for a bit. All right, spin the wheel. Give me something good. Give me something good. Low fantasy. Okay, so we have a winner. We have a winner. Okay, so let's look up the definition now before we go into low fantasy. Okay, so we're gonna highlight low fantasy here. The dog is just sniffing at the door. Okay, so low fantasy basically, let me just look that up. So low fantasy definition is basically a subgenre of fantasy fiction in which magical events intrude on an otherwise normal world. So this is probably like how do you say let me just cute. Thank you so much, Ryuki. So let me see. Fantasy fiction, blah blah blah. Let's take a look at this first because I'm not so exactly sure what I picked low fantasy because I have a general understanding, but it's a bit strange how high and low fantasy works. Primary does not exist or is relevant. Printed from a portal from a primary world. Set in the primary world of Earth in the ancient past. So blah blah blah. Fantasy provides a perspective on everyday experience and the individual's place coming of age story. Okay. Low fantasy is related to a number of other genres or subgenres. Alright, so what we can do here today, as you can see here let me just go down here. We can see here that urban fantasy is one of them. I guess we can use urban fantasy because I do enjoy a little bit of urban fantasy. So let's pin it down right here, right now. Urban fantasy. Okay, let's pin it down as urban fantasy. Low/urban fantasy because this is something everyone can relate to because it's gonna be like normal life. I hope you guys can see the screen. Okay, so there you go. Urban fantasy, right? Let me just see here. Okay, so urban fantasy. What can we suggest as a bunch of stuff for the urban fantasy? Also, the music is not playing, isn't it? Okay, there you go. I just realized the music isn't playing again. So, urban fantasy. What I understand from urban fantasy is stuff like Bright, basically. Okay, the dog really wants to get out. Okay, hold on. Okay. All these viewers, the dog really wants to leave the room. Okay, so urban fantasy, right? I'm thinking of something like Neil Gaiman's. If you guys are familiar with Neil Gaiman, his works like American Gods, I think can be considered urban fantasy. I'm not so sure exactly. Let's look at urban fantasy again because I'm thinking of something like a Jim Butcher and the Dresden Files, a few of them. As you can see here, there's a lot of these stuff. So let me see. Urban fantasy. A nostalgic appreciation for the unique city. So let me see here. We'll give ourselves some time. And after that, I'm gonna start a timer. So urban fantasy could also kind of mean Ghostbusters as well. Ah, Ghostbusters. There it is. Ghostbusters. There it is. I was right. Ghostbusters is urban fantasy. Who would have guessed? Harold Ramis, we miss you. Is he dead? Yes, he's dead. We miss you, Harold Ramus. And then after that, Dana Chris just selling Crystal Skull vodka. We don't talk about that. Alright, so we got Borderlands. So I guess you can say that my world is somewhat urban fantasy as well, because it's not really... I don't know how you say it. Yeah, it's just a bit strange. So let's just see here. Let me see. Yeah, Shadowrun is an example of urban fantasy. Now, if you don't know what Shadowrun is, it's a tabletop RPG. And it has a future Earth setting and has things like elves, dwarves, and orcs, all in a dark, high-tech setting. More definitely, Cyberpunk exerted its own influence. So Shadowrun, as much as it doesn't feel well known amongst everybody, I guess you can say that you can kind of see it in even anime stuff. So I guess Shadowrun would be one good example to do it. Let me see. I wouldn't like to do something like Ghostbusters. It's gonna be comedy. So the genre I've picked today isn't going to be limited to like comedy or horror. I think we can go with a blend. So let's try it. I'm gonna think of something like a let's see, urban fantasy. Yeah, so it's kind of like the superpowered anime in current civilization. Not only that, it's like imagine goblins, except they wear business suits. But yes, yes, goblins wearing business suits, elves being courtesans or you know, businessmen or soldiers, whatnot. So basically that, but in a modern setting, like everything around us, you can just imagine elves and dwarves kind of blending in. So what I do want to do is write the life of so we're doing low fantasy, right? I have an idea. Let me do a dwarf janitor. Now, no one pays attention. Oh, okay. I just opened up a new window. So yeah, something like that, I guess. Let's look up the idea. So the first one we got pinned down, like an outline. This is like the basic outline. All right. Let's see here. Dwarf janitor. Now, what do we want our dwarf janitor to do? I don't feel like I should give him a name, because the janitor is usually supposed to be nameless. Let me just zoom in a bit here. So dwarf janitor, right? Okay, we got a dwarf janitor. And then, what does he take place in? I'm thinking something like John Wick, where he just cleans up the mess. So dwarf janitor is in charge of a... I don't know how you say it. Hello, shark. Dwarves are cute. Yeah, let's look up cute dwarves. Please don't... Oh, there it is. That's not a dwarf. That's a fucking... Hi, shark. That's not a dwarf. Is that a dwarf? Hold on, let me look up. I need to see that again. Excuse me? Oh! Please don't be porn. Yeah, that's a cute dwarf. That's a cute dwarf, I guess. Oh, we not even started. It's just a gnome. It's a gnome. Let's look up evil gnomes. Oh, there it is. Why is there a bunny? I don't know, but now we're in evil gnomes. Why are we at evil gnomes? Okay, so we're getting sidetracked. We're gone from dwarves to gnomes and evil gnomes. So we're gonna go back with the idea of a dwarf janitor, right? So we're gonna have him patrolling. We're gonna have him cleaning up a. Let's see. I think one cool setting that usually doesn't get explored is a university. It's because we're all relatable. Some of you here probably are university age, and that's fine. I may be of university age, but I can't tell you because this merc has no age. Okay, so let's see. He's in charge of cleaning up a university. And what time period we want to set him? I like to say before iPhones were things. So iPhones and smartphones. So let's place him in the early like post-Cold War 1990s. He's not that well to do. No problem, shark. Thank you for participating. That is gonna be a cute thing. Okay, so now we got a dwarf janitor cleaning up a university. Now, what country we're gonna have him in is going to be a little bit odd. I can put him in Malaysia, but that wouldn't work. That wouldn't also... No, you can't do that. So, let me just look up. Okay, so I'm off the top of my head. Russian universities in 1990s. All right, so we're gonna do let's do dwarves in Russia. Aha, there we go. We got ourselves a Kozilek. So we're gonna do a bit something Russian, and it's gonna be interesting. So we're gonna call this dwarf a Kozilek. And usually it says the guardians of gems, crystals, and precious metals. Protect miners. People who are evil insult them, they are deadly, pushing them into dark chasms. Or Russia again. The last time we did Canada, so Russia is something different. Let's see. Hurling rocks, whistling, or covering one's head are actions that are offensive to Skarbnik, who will warn the offender with handfuls of pelted salts in their direction before taking serious actions. Okay, we're back here to gnomes again. Why are we back here to gnomes? I hate gnomes. They're dangerous things. Ah! Ah! Don't like gnomes. Okay, so we're gonna go with cards like cleaning up a university in Russia. Let's look up universities in Russia. These in Russia. Okay, so let's see here. I guess I can put it in St. Petersburg. In St. Petersburg, Russia. Yaber. Yes. Gnomes are yaber. So we're gonna put him in St. Petersburg. So we need an outlook of this place. How long has this place been around? Let me just see here. One of the oldest and largest universities in Russia. Okay, so coincidentally, this is one of the oldest universities. Has a very strong fundamental research in science, engineering, and humanities. So, interestingly, we can adapt this into our story and have our dwarf janitor be defined by a bit of morals with conscience and disregard for his stereotypes. So stereotypes, we're gonna call them pretty greedy. Like greedy. So 1990, so post-Cold War. Post-Cold War is the era after the end of the Cold War. This agreement truly ended at the 1990s. Okay, so we're gonna go a little bit controversial. We're gonna go into I say 1992, 1 year after the fall of the Soviet Union. Now, Soviet Union is gonna be, it's not gonna be a one-off thing like the funny communism thing. So we're gonna be taking this quite seriously. And let me see. Alright, so after this, our dwarf janitor. Okay, I think we can work with these three problems. 1969. Okay, no, we're not going with that. Okay. So we got ourselves a Kozilek. Let's begin. Let me see. Let's pick which one. Blah blah blah. Let's go with the first one. Should be where's that one already? Ah, there you go. Okay, no, it's okay, no problem. Let's start. Russia's song. We're gonna go to the Soviet Union anthem. Fine, let's do that. Okay, no, we're not doing this. No, we're gonna get flagged by YouTube for promoting communism. Okay, so after the fall of the Soviet Union, how is education treated? Okay, one more thing. Education in Soviet Union. Now we need to see how it's actually. Okay, let's see here. Education in the Soviet Union. Why am I in JSTOR? Okay. Yes, I love communism. Hey, don't mind me. I'm just looking it up. So we got an idea that our dwarf janitor is not illiterate. Let's say he's been around for around like 100 years. I don't know how long do dwarves. How long do dwarves live? Okay, let's look up the DND. Let's go with DND. 250 years. Okay, so let's say he's around 200 years. The history of Russia. Okay, so by the way, as I speak right now, since we've begun writing, right, we're going to put on the timer to 1 hour and 30 minutes starting from now, and this stream will end around 9:53. Let's see how far we can go with our interesting story of a dwarf in Russia. Let's see. Okay, so let's see, blah blah blah. Post-Cold War era, fall of communism, existential threat. Yeah, this is a bit weird, isn't it? Oh no, drops him. Free market ideology. Oh, we can't have this here. Nope. Okay, we're closing this page. We can't have this here. Right, let's see. Okay, let's start with dwarf fantasy. The first stone thrown at the janitor. Let's start with him. Let's start chill stream. The first stone thrown at him. No, stop. In mopping up the remains of a messy lunch. But as soon the stone flew through in the air. Okay, let's see. The stone flew through in the air. I'm just thinking right now. And hit the seemingly ancient hit the youthful rebels that had tossed him. Tossed him a stone. Make fun. Took off in a sprint, carrying behind the remains of a banner fraught condemnations. The ideas anti-communist. Let's try this one. I don't mind. I don't mind bringing up communism, as long as I don't propagate it. Fraught with anti-communist remarks, surrounded by filled with vulgarity. The janitor. The BGM is epic. Yeah, this BGM, if you're interested in this BGM, is by Cryo Chamber, Songs Wisdom Lost. They have a lot of mixes, and I usually just keep a soundtrack full of it. So sometimes it'll just switch between all these songs. There's even Halo here. I just enjoy writing this, and no problem. Though, honestly, my English, although it's quite native, it's not exactly there. Only half in response. Spitting their way. Spitting towards. Rubbing his dur. Okay, so a durag. Let me just look up. Let me just see right here. A durag is basically on Marcus. You good lah. Nah. Okay, so a durag basically is something that you wear on your head like a gangster. So, yes. A durag. So we're gonna call it a durag. Where he had been pelted. And with a mighty angry motion, he spit towards their way. It was gulag. No, gulag is something else. Gulag is in Russia and it's a prison. But a durag, like I showed you just now, a durag is basically the thing you wear on your head. So imagine like a janitor. Let me bring up a janitor. Oz from Infinite Warfare. Okay. Yes, like this guy. Something like this guy. And this guy is a janitor as well. So yes. Something like Oz. Not exactly a gulag. Not a gulag just yet. It's impulsive decision. He felt. Okay, actually the thing is our protagonists are actually never like I don't know, we've not given our protagonist a name in the last one as well. So interestingly, I might actually give this guy a name instead, because the last one, the hunter, is just let me just see real quick. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna go back to the old one. I want to see if we gave our old protagonist a name, like this horror story. Okay, so Miller had a name, so we're not gonna give this guy a name. As though it was a reasonable Felix. No, it was reasonable response towards brashness. The rudeness of these. Felix is not exactly a Russian name. Now I'm actually curious. Let's look up the name origin of Felix. Origin name. The name comes from Latin, so we can't really use this. I will call him Peter, but I'm not certain. That would cost him some time. But no problem. Just keep going. Let's see. Young men, they were no longer boy, but with the fall of Nick. Actually, I do need to fill up a few more things. Khrushchev. Oh, okay. Then it brings me. Blah blah. Let's see here. Khrushchev died. So what happened to the Soviet Union? Kim Jong Un. Okay, that's Korean already. Okay, let's see the end of the fall of the Soviet Union. Gorbachev. Okay, it was Gorbachev. I think Gorbachev was like the last one. Okay. nation of Gorbachev. Gorbachev's Soviet Union and Russia. The chaos was enough to turn even the most civilized man, most civilized and learned of Mother Russia into a whooping excitable. This janitor could not care less. Okay. Okay, actually we should do 1.5. Saint Petersburg. Are you tired of something, Dylus? Not really, actually. I am slightly exhausted, but I am trying to just, write a topic that is quite unfamiliar to me because, if you can see here, low fantasy is something I'm not usually used to. Low urban fantasy, like, it could work like Ruby, but I wanted to go with something a bit more antiquated, and this one is a bit more serious topic. St. Petersburg University. Sorry if I seem very tired and whatnot, everyone outside chart. Because I'm just trying to figure out how this works actually. So let's look up Russian universities in 1990s. Russian universities. So yeah, I could be. I just also just ate, so that's why my I feel a bit, I don't know, lethargic. Yeah, that's about it. So Saint Petersburg State University. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've been spending the whole day not doing much. I mean, I've been drawing my chibi, and then after that just doing some revision here and there, so I've not had time to take a break, but it's okay. That's just life for you. So that's a good life lesson. Sometimes things are just getting very busy, but you just need to weather through. Why not? So let's see. What should we have left? 1 hour 17 minutes. St. Petersburg University, State University was no exception. And it's hosted and filled with sorrow, minds that collided with each other based on ideologies, power, and sex. Let's just say sex because, well, to be honest, this is not 19. The janitor, he a Kazalike from up north, could not care less for the struggles of tyranny. I don't know how you say. University is a time. Maybe I'll just cut this one. St. Petersburg is no exception, with its halls being filled with minds that collided with each other because of failing ideologies. So ideologies is basically like communism versus liberalism and whatnot. I don't know how you say this. St. Petersburg was no exception, with its halls now filled instead with how did I say with student groups arguing whether the fall of the Union was the best move for the country. Of this government or its people. He had seen as a janitor of one don't know how you say this. This is also a bit confusing. Let's go. So let's just turn on a word count because I also want to. Let's see, word count display. Okay, so 193 words. It's gonna be a bit interesting. There was some concern for his family's well-being at the beginning of his shift in this university, but it had long gone after a few decades of working here. A decade? Was it decades? Was decade an apt description of his employment at the university? He himself was not sure, as he had seen many deans step down or get dragged off to some remote gulag in Siberia. Because this is like a factual thing. I think maybe they actually did not try a lot of intellectualism. Maybe they did. So pro writing, no pro. It's not pro. This is just like university level, and that one is also. He had seen many deans step out and get dragged off to some remote gulag in Siberia, and even more students graduate or suffer the same fate as their superiors, as their lecturers slash. There's a word for this actually. Peers. Yes, there you go, peers. Most of these people, most of the people he had seen here were like the men that had just tossed a stone at him. Radicals enjoying the time of their lives without knowing how the true extent of their actions. Who had seen suffering, seen being abducted. I guess you could say abducted. It had just been a year since the fall. The fall, if he could even call it that, of the Soviet Union. And now, and yet, it had given these young men, people, motivation to holler about as if they had won a victory against something. Let's see, against something in my head right now. So sorry, just thinking about it right now. As if they had won a victory against a great beast, a great dragon. The spit that he now moved to clean up, dragging his water bucket over, over with mop in hand. What? Hi newbie, welcome to the stream. We're doing that's precisely why. Was most likely due to that. He had lived long enough to see actual dragons. In his country when they flew see the end of real scale and bone. A great dragon terrorizing the people. The witch. Okay, so let's see that he had lived long enough to see the end of real scale and bone dragons. So this is gonna be like a metaphor actually, and it's gonna be like, I don't know how you say it. Scale and bone dragons. It's kind of based off like the play of words like flesh and bone. The last of which he knew died agony. After the Red Army ruthlessly hunted it down with their guns and tanks. With their guns and bombs. Rockets. I think we can lose rockets because the Russians. After it had gone mad. Maddening agony thanks to the Red Army. Beings that were not as that were. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I'm having a bit of a hard time thinking of something to write about. Maybe I can just write a conversation actually. Let's see here. Last of which he knew died maddening agony under a hail of rockets and bull. In the west, of which oh hello Mono, welcome to the stream. We're just doing writing right now, so as you can see the topics, we're writing about a dwarf janitor with a disregard for the stereotypes in Russia, and he's cleaning up a university in St. Petersburg, which is one of the oldest universities in Russia. So that's why I decided to use it, because the dwarfs can usually live for around 300 years, as evidenced by D&D. So we're gonna set it to 1992. So 1992, right? If we take 300 years will put this dwarf being born around 1692. So the history of Russia, yeah, in Gulag. Yes, he lived in the Gulag from when he was a baby, and then now he got out like, I need a job. Yeah. Okay, history in Russia in 1700. The social history of Russia. Moscow political century. Let me see here. The Tsardoms. So the Russian Empire is here. Let's first put it the Russian Empire. And from the old Russia, Tsardom, of which made these mortal men in suits look positively diminutive. What was there to even celebrate? Perhaps he was being too hard on the too selfish even. A fact that was proven as he mopped. A fact that was tested as he mopped up the remains of his spit. It disgusted him to know that it contained whatever was left of his lunch. So how's everybody tonight? How's the newcomers? How are you, Newbie and Mono? How are you? It's been a slow day. I have not played any video games and I'm kinda hard pressed to get into the action. Yes. Also, as you can see here, I now have a semi-new VTubing thing because I just wanted to write something really cute and quick before I not. But it's fine. Let me see here. Lunch. And it disgusted him even more that someone had noticed it. You need to you really control your temper. Friend. He looked behind and saw only a towering figure stand behind him. Instead of being caught out with sudden fear. Surprise assignment. Ayo, sakit. It's okay, Mono. At least now you can chill with me. Chill with me, Dad, and chat as he writes a story. Hopefully it went out for you fine though, because surprise assignments are a bitch to deal with. And as well as, you know, I was just coming up the university and whatnot. The janitor only his lips. Yeah, no problem. It sucks. Surprise assignments are just poopy. Let's see how far we are right now. So this will go on for like an hour or so, because I set myself a time limit, as you can see up here. Time frame is 1 hour 30 minutes. We're gonna treat this like an actual essay, and right now we got an hour to go. Let me just see here. Let's see how far I can do. I don't have to exactly finish it in one. I don't have to exactly stop at 1 hour 30 minutes, but yeah, this is how far. Okay, let's see other fantasy creatures in Russia. Let's see. Balachko. Balk? Weird walking and lived in dark places. So as we do this, it'll be interesting to just kind of look at all the references I have in a way. This is Beda. Wanders across the world, attacks people and tortures them. Beda follows them from cradle to grave. Breeds very. Oh, okay, that's weird. Ugh. This is all very interesting. Original Slavic. Truly illegal. So no vampires. Her power was in her hair. Villa. Villa hardly forgives insults and could kill the offender with her eyesight of bows and arrows. Oh, I see. Hey, Mono, this is you. You're Villa. You're a very beautiful and eternally young girl. No, I'm just kidding, man. Let me just see, huh? Yes. We don't actually have to stick with the names, but I guess we can say. Tiny middle-aged man in fur cloak. So I guess we can pick something from this. Oh, hey, we found Kiara. Zartitsa. Interesting. Zme. Oh, it's benign creatures. Zimbabwe dragon-born children. Oh, it's a dragon. Okay, that's interesting. I'm a half voodoo clock. Yo, werewolf. Okay, there are two wolves inside you. One is stupid. The other one is even more stupid. Let me see. A nav. Oh, very interesting. Actually, it's very interesting. No Tungu Dylus. But it lived in caves with plenty of gemstones, but without sun, it ate people sometimes and dug their graves to feast on their corpses. Ah. Wah, namara dengan saya. Gold crown feathers. Bird with head and chest of a woman who live next to Irie. A Syrian. Oh, okay. I guess we can put a Syrian in. A towering figure stand behind him. That was shadowed by the flickering lights of the corridor. Shadowed by. It was the Syrian lecturer who taught. Let me see, geopolitics? No, I guess you can say. One person, one thing in this university I could really talk to him without getting a harsh rebuke. Let's see, what are we gonna call her? I think we're gonna call her, let me look at Russian names. Imagine a bird woman being a mechanical engineer. Isn't that interesting? Actually, no. Okay. It was who braved the wilds who braved the intellectual wilds this university as a teacher of philosophy. The one person, let's not call them things. Okay, BRB, dear children and grandchild. Oh, please tell me. I hope they'll be fine. I hope they enjoy the dinner. It's okay. We'll take care of them. The one person getting a harshly worded rebuke. So rebuke is like a counter. So yeah, rebuke is a counter. Like, let me look it up. The actual thing. Rebuke. So a rebuke is a sharp disapproval. Okay, so this is something that you can say that when you want to fight someone. It's like, I rebuke you because you're an asshole, without getting a silent a lecturer, as a professor. I think we could go with a professor of philosophy. Let me see. Sure. Appears on monsters for. Okay, this is very interesting actually. Lesnik. Kikimora. It's difficult to get her to me. Produces noises similar to a mouse. Could be seen spinning thread in the cellar. How many demons do the Russians have? I'm actually quite curious. Why is there so many demons? Is there nothing positive about them? Dang. I like how this one is just called German. It's just called the German. Wow, that's interesting. Let's see. Names. Female Russian names for dogs. This is so bad. Why are we looking up this site? Misha. Let's call her Misha. Talk me. Out of me. Up on me. I felt it was my responsibility to suddenly chew on your duties. These students were my own. The janitor stopped. Class of 92, headed by Professor Misha. Home to a noisy lot of people. Being greeted by a Gorbachev. Of freethinkers. Hello, Clyde. Welcome. We're doing a let me recap. We're doing a urban fantasy because we got low fantasy. So low fantasy equals urban fantasy thanks to Wikipedia, and we've got these 3 points to work with. So now we're here now, and let me see how far have we gone right now. This is around 621 words. Okay, we're doing acceptable progress. At their home. Hello. How was your night, Clyde? I want to know. She ruffled her feather. Let me see. I am getting a bit sleepy, but it's okay. It's been a long day. I've been staring at my iPad the whole time and drawing this. Because is that Botan? Botan's life. She's playing Titanfall. It's okay. There's a time for talk, and then there's a time to write. And today, it's a time for me to write. Wally is helping me here. Also, my dog is just sitting on the bed. Really figured I can teach them humanity. I can teach them about how to remain humble and steadfast these times, but I can't force them to remain that way outside of lecture hall. Outside the lecture hall, so like that. Let me see. These students are my own. Are in my care. So let me just sum it up for you. We got a dwarf and we got a bird woman. Like that. Bird woman. Let me see. Sirin is like a bird woman. I forgot what it's called. Imagine like bird with head and chest of woman who live close to Airi. So basically, it's like that one Monster Musume girl. I don't remember. Yeah, Monster Musume. Monster Musume. Yes, we got one dwarf, the janitor. He's a Karzelek. So this was Russian, so. Home to a noisy lot of free thinkers who have been greeted by KGB agents at their home if it hadn't been for Gorbachev. Yeah, Bird Woman. Yeah, like the one from Monster Musume. I can't actually remember. Why am I this dumb? I'm not this stupid, I promise you. Okay, let's see. Can't pause enter mean that we outside the line. You should. Let's try sometime. He looked. The janitor snarked, ringing the mop with his yellow. Yeah, like a harpy. Yes, exactly like a harpy. Something like that. Getting ready to move out. His time in this. He, as if Misha didn't exist, he moved back. I don't know how you say this. Great frustration. He hoped that out of all that was going on in the world, where's the legendary beast? There's no legendary beast. This is urban fantasy, so we don't have a killing the legendary beast and whatnot. The legendary beast is the janitor because he's old compared to everyone else here. There would at least be a revolution. It's a revolutionary advancement in floor house cleaning, in mop technology, so that he did not have to put his hands near the dirty threads of one, so that he did not have to force himself to touch such a revolting thing. No, I mean, is that a mythical creature in the story one? Basically Misha is a harpy. Aside from harpy, and the dwarf is kind of like mythical, but this is more mythical than the one before. Let me see. A Karzalek is a, yeah, this one is a dwarf, like a treasurer, like this thing. Not that, yeah, kind of small. We're gonna make him smaller. Yeah, like this, like that. I would like to say there are more, but I'm not so exactly sure. Not so sure. Oh no, he's a Skarpnik. Maybe they're more like a werewolf teachers and whatnot, like the X-Men. Let's change his name to Scarp. This is something a bit out of my territory because I'm used to writing fantasy and complete fantasy, but this one is very strange. Dwarves that create best weapon. In this world, dwarves, yeah, they do gun milling and whatnot, I believe. I can guess, but this guy works as a janitor to support his own self and family. It was frustration that leaked into his Twilight werewolf and vampire stuff. This one has no vampires because it's a university setting. There's no things like sunlight and whatnot. There's nothing like vampires sparkling in the sunlight like that. That leaked into his voice as he responded to his friend, colleague, being firm. Like getting pelted. Old noggin. Yeah, this is fantasy genre. Yeah, basically this is fantasy. It's also specifically considered urban fantasy. So yes, exactly like that. So urban fantasy means you see all these creatures living normal, very mundane lives. It's like Shadowrun. It's very interesting. And so do my other colleagues around the campus. You know, had I told you that you wouldn't believe me anyway. If I told you that was exactly what I've been trying to do with these people, these children. Well, you don't have that much reason to believe. The janitor looked up and shrugged. Misha was very... How fun is it when you create... Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is quite fun because all the short story... There was a time... It's fun. This one is more of an urban fantasy. You know, when you do stuff like fantasy and like basically non-fiction, you can do your own stuff and it's very fun. You can think of your own twists and whatnot. There was a time, a fantasy story. Exactly, yeah, fantasy stories. Like my own tales. I write my own stories, and when it's about me, my world, compared to this pastime of mine, my present is very strange. And yes, my present has a lot of monsters, has a lot of creatures that you don't see right now, but they will come in the future. So it's fun to, you know, kind of type that back in, and just let the people know that yes, something extreme and extravagant lives in the future in my time. Right now, everything seems mundane, but trust me, what's mundane here actually looks like fantasy to me. There was a time when he had found her extremely under these mythical creatures that didn't exist. Exactly. A time where his finally beats pulsated something, where something fierce pulsated in his heart. But it had been few decades upon looking at crossing within this university, as she traveled around the universe. But that time had passed. 40 years they had been working together in close proximity For the years, they had been working together in close proximity. Okay, that's a bit weird. Now he saw her. So what genre is this story you're writing right now? Fantasy or what? As I said before, it is urban fantasy, something like Neil Gaiman's Sandman, as well as Nevermore, Neverwhere, as well as the Dresden File. So yes. So like this. So something like where you can see weird and fantastic creatures. Now he saw her. No problem. It sounds very confusing, yeah, because I'm not so sure how to put it. I wanted to try something a bit more fantastical, no guns and no modern things and whatnot. Now he saw her only as a friend and hoped that she saw him the same way. It was It did not exactly stop him, however, from being rather nasty with his words. Okay, so that's one. So rather nasty with his words. From rather nasty, from rather skating. Okay, I don't really know how to spell skating. Ah, okay, there you go. With his words. Aside from the recent transfer from Moscow, Ludvot. Let's look up. Mona was talking about this before. Russian mythical creatures. Voodoo clock. Voodoo clock. Voodoo clock is basically a werewolf. Well versed in mathematics and mocked upon. So yes, we get it. And not very mathematician who was purportedly handful to deal with. In the other wing, Misha was the only person that the janitor could freely speak in the old tongue. The old ways. Let's call this the old ways, because you don't know about the ancient languages of a fantasy creature anyway. Could speak to in tongue of the old ways. So voodoo clock. I guess you can put him at 100 years. Let's call him a Frisky, who was more keen on exploiting the youthful carelessness freedom. Let me think. Freedom. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit weird. Freedom. Yeah, my brain is just not working. Buddy. Just making weird noises now. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Let me see. Sure, the only person who can speak. Who is more keen on exploiting the youthful. One ogling young human women, and is there Russian elves? There is Russian elves. Folklore of Russian. Let me see. Let me see. Elf. Self-discovery. Domovoy. Ah, okay. Okay, this is different. Is that Russian elves? Oh, okay, that's not good. We can't see that. That's not safe for work, buddy. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna do something a bit. Let me just how to create a Russian with elf. Let's gonna call it Elvish. Rather than teaching. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things where I can just freely put anything. So yeah, I guess that's it. Let me see. The tongues of the old way. And in this tongue, at this moment, he brashly let out a brash statement. Whatever you're doing doesn't seem to be working at all. Are you even trying? At that, he felt feathers on his shoulder. Evidently, he had pissed off Misha, and he could quite clearly see it in her eyes as she looked down on him. I'll never piss off a harpy. Don't know what I can do. They're gonna be like, it's like Kiara. Have you ever seen Kiara angry? This is exactly what you don't do. You don't make birds angry, okay? Birds, when they're angry, they will attack you, and then they will kill you. Yes, they will kill you. Yes, that's a fun thing. I could clearly see in her eyes as she looked down on him. Burning. Felt strong group. Oh. Our raptor's hand. Or a raptor's. Okay. When they pierce on Misha, he could quickly. The burning purple irises that now swirled with how do you say, circlets of red, circles of red and orange. It did not intimidate him one bit. Misha could try all she wanted to be intimidating towards him, but the scars. Let me just see. Is it Scarsnick? Scarpnick heart within him was made of iron. His people were hard to terrify, but very easy to depress. Yeah, I guess that would work. That's a very interesting idea, having that heart that could not be terrified, but instead it's just very easy to get upset by. Okay, that should work. Yeah, sorry if I'm just having breathing self-absorbed. My tongue just messed up. but very easy to depress. With modern woes. Then put your back into it. I have a shift to take care of in the canteen. Gotta clean and the toilet in the men's lavatory. Let's go for something. Hurt someone. The pooch in the east wing. Rare. Oleg. Okay, so I guess Oleg is the name of the werewolf. Wonder if that's their pooches in with at the east wing where Oleg works in. You know where had her obligations to fulfill with another class to teach in about 10 minutes. Yeah, this is a very strange story. This is like very strange. I don't know how you say, very strange uncharted territory. I've never written something about this. Usually it's just all relaxo, nice military stuff, but this kind of stuff definitely not my usual territory. So I apologize if it's a bit silent, because I'm also trying to figure out. Let go of him. She too had obligations to fulfill with another. As she had another class to teach in about 10 minutes. For her, this relationship with her disgruntled I don't know how you say it. I don't know whether you can group them in one. Janitor was one fraught. Was a rather tumultuous. Nah, let me see. The relationship with this disgruntled janitor was rather of emotions, and no, I can't say politics. She greatly wanted to know him more, but even after a few decades of her own employment within Saint Petersburg, I'm not even sure how to conclude this really. You know I am, damn it. Let me try some time. Being from the lads, I don't like. Let's see here. Wish I look after the go. She had not even learned this his name. He was secretive. And some reason, as if he had something more to hide from everyone in this place, and thus naturally ignited her curiosity of strange dwarf. I can hear fireworks outside. I guess I can say it's Happy Chinese New Year for everybody. Yay! Let me see. She counted 4 decades of working. Places. Bruh, my brain is just not working. I'm so sad. What am I supposed to do? My laptop is dead. No, Mono, why is your laptop dead? Mono, kenapa laptop kau mati? Berapa moment tu? Sad. Kau charge lah apa ni? Ish. Ayah. Sakit lah ni. I was just thinking like what to write also because I'm stuck. It's one of those weird things where I don't know what to do. Okay, man. The bat is full. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, it's like writing stream has suddenly turned into troubleshooting. Battery is full. What do you do? What do you actually? Okay, no, my headset's just not working. My dog is just there. Let me see. Do I want to get working in different places? Aduh, sakit hati lah. That one, not so sure what to do. Maybe just close and open. Huh? Burnt out. Hey, don't play. If motherboard burnt out, that's real bad. That's real bad. Ooh boy. Yeah, that ain't gonna be good. Perhaps she had been too curious. Very curious. Is this an old laptop? I think, yeah, I think it could be an old laptop, not so sure. Yeah, try to open it again. Yet, it was too late to pursue this janitor, as he had now disappeared. He had now left. Actually not. Oh yeah, it was the dust. Holding his dirty mop bucket. I got it 1 month before my debut. Oh yeah, then this last year. Uh-oh. In under his arms. With a finger, with 2 fingers clamped on his nose. It was a Windows update. Huh? Windows update can burn out, meh? Ayo, scary gila. Ayah, sad lah. Perhaps when over. Okay, that's good. Then I can ask him. Answer. No one in this story seems likable. You know what I mean? Shut down because of the window update. I know how that feels. God, that's just so painful. Just like, ah! Okay, interestingly enough, it seems like my microphone is just picking up random noises in the background. I'm not so sure why. Ooh, that's interesting. Why is it doing this? Okay, should be better now. Alright, glad to see your computer is doing fine. And get back to work. I gotta get back to work too because I'm still at 1,200 words. My brain is not helping me. Fuck. Back into the safe space. He put down the bucket and he flicked open the light switch. In this musty janitor room, he could find some surrounded by decades. Yes. Cleaning solutions and equipment. The janitor had set himself up some kind of peaceful let me just think about it. Okay. Oh, now we're listening to this one. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Maybe listen to Halo. Maybe that'll work. No, Halo doesn't work. There you go. Let's listen to this one. Thing is, a lot of this will get copyrighted, so I don't really mind. Let me just think about it. Thinking. Had set himself up a makeshift table where that he could relax in during the daytime. The in charge of this university paid him rather well for a job most people wouldn't dream of facing. Oh! Hello? Who is that? Someone just appeared. Someone just subscribed. Who is that? Hello, thank you for subscribing. I don't know why it didn't show up at all. Thank you and welcome to the subscription thing. Maybe it was just me. I don't know what's happening. Let me just think. I'm sorry, viewers. My brain is not working. It feels like a. I don't know how you say it. Writing is a very intricate process, right? Writing streams right now are also a challenge to me because when I have to write, I actually have to put some real clear thoughts into what I'm doing, and for a topic that. Yeah, it was a jump scare. That was a jump scare. I couldn't even tell what it is. Did someone subscribe? Who did subscribe? Hello? My ass is heavy. Anyway, as I was saying, writing is a conscious thing that you do, much like art, like drawing art. So I have some kind of relatability because when you sit there and you draw life, I must imagine that you must follow like a flow or something like that. For writing, the flow is not visual, it's very mental, and sometimes you just get distracted and you don't know what to do. Yeah. It feels very weird to describe it that way, but yes. The goal is to get. I think one of the main goals of this writing stream is not to finish it, but just to see how far I can go within the hour I've set for myself up. Yeah, true. The flow is pretty hard to maintain, even for writing. Like if you have to visualize it, it's very hard, and that's why most university stuff. I would agree that it gets very frustrating because yeah, you really need to get in the flow, or else you're gonna get boned very badly. Like streaming is one thing, but this is just something else. Also, I'm just fixing a clip that I got. There you go. So right now I'm writing a flow, but I don't know the flow. The flow is not coming to me right now, but that's okay. I'm just gonna admit this is a new typical story that I'm not really good at, but I'm just gonna keep trying to do it and see how long I can get within like the few minutes I have. Within like, no problem. Thank you, Sky. Thank you for supporting me. Very kind. Oscar. And he was even more surprised when he was even more surprised when they offered to turn a blind offered to be a little lax with his status. Him when I don't know how you say it, like some universities, right? When you be a little lax with your schedule as someone working there, it also is pretty hard on you, I guess. So I'm just like thinking about this. I don't know, it's very weird. It's like he's even more surprised when they treated his duties rather I don't know how you say it. It's like you're getting paid to do something dirty, but they don't even keep an eye out for you. So that's like the idea I wanted to get. It's like, let me just find the words for it. He was even more surprised when they treated him with the university turn was free to pursue his duties rather in a rather lax manner. The surprise was mostly reserved for his observations about the students here, who bounce between rebellious, dutiful, intellectually, socially stumped, but intellectually brilliant, as well as, I don't know how you say it. There's like some things I would like to write about. What's a thing for horny? I'm thinking of something for horny. And sex crazed. I guess you can say sex crazed. It's like life in university. It's like, you want to sex? No, I'm just kidding. I don't think it's like that. What's university's life? I've never been in a university before. All I see right now is online university. There is no such thing like that. Ah! All of which the university strove to keep under control as best as they could in the current political climate. Under control. Now this is one thing you should avoid. Never put unnecessary S on everything. So all of which the university strove to keep under control as best as they could in the current political climate. Yet for him, as dwarf whose task was arguably much more important to the livelihood, to the comfortableness the students enrolled here. Now it's like here whose task, whom's task. Whom is a very interesting word to think about it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you can say that. It's like whom. The discussion about whom is a very strange word. Like, let me see if I have time to discuss it, because I think I can do a quick lesson on whom. Okay, so like see here, whom should be used to refer to the object of a verb or preposition. If you can replace the word with a he or she, use who. If you can replace it with a him or a her, use whom. Who, just a free spreadsheet here. So many people use who when they should use whom, a pronoun that refers to the object about the sentence, out about the object. Okay, evidently I still don't understand it, but I'm pretty sure I can apply it a bit later. I'm not so sure. Okay. Let me just think about it, huh? Whom's task? No, whose task? And I know, right? It doesn't seem. I don't know how to describe it, even academically. It's very confusing. If you can use who, why not use who or whose or whom's? Like whom? What is whom? Use instead of who as an object. Whom did he marry? I guess we can use it for an action. I guess. Whom are you eating? That doesn't work. I can't believe it. Like the last 10 minutes, I'm still like wondering what the hell am I supposed to write for whom's? Okay. They were almost willing to make sure that he was the one with comfort, rather the students. Had they cracked down on him, harshly, he wouldn't have been able to construct this rinky-dink bar for himself inside one of the janitor rooms. He had his duty on his mind right now on the arguably no on the disgust, the revolt, the no I say the virile image of a soiled and messed up toilet now infesting his mind like a sickening plague. But also had what am I supposed to say? Ah! What am I supposed to do? Let me see. Sorry, Sky. I want to write. I just can't. The flow is just disrupted. My color has been disrupted. Oh, we got 3 minutes left. No! Why did I choose? Why did the wheel fall in this way? Why am I not good at writing low fantasy? Kit Kat, yo. No. We're gonna eat Kit Kat after this. After we're done. After the timer hits 3 minutes. Let me just see. And thus he sought. Yes, guy, could you draw me a Kit Kat, please? No, that's disgusting. No, don't do that. He saw the temporary relief of a can of vodka. Is that a can of vodka? Actually, I'm just curious. Can of vodka. Oh, there it is. Of a cigarette break. He grabbed the nearly empty. Okay, actually, is it cigarette carton? Why is it? It's actually called a cigarette pack. It's not cigarette carton. Also, why did I see cigarettes after sex? Grab the nearly empty pack of cigarettes off a nearby shelf and pulled out his lighter. Taking a seat behind his desk, his makeshift on his chair, and I imagine this janitor room to be fairly big. Like maybe if you like kind of look forward, it vertically looks very narrow, but horizontally straight ahead it's like a straight line, something like that. It's like a phasmophobia room. Claire! I'm just defibbing myself. Defibbing the minds! What am I doing? His thoughts ran back into. I like the idea of a very secretive dwarf janitor. Maybe I could expand this into an actual story, but I don't know. All these problems can be oh well, that's it, guys. The timer has now reached 1 hour 30 minutes, so I guess I stop here. Full stop. Finished. Timer finished. So now let's look back at like how many words we've done in the last hour or so. So yes, as I pointed out, my phone now has a custom sound noise. Hold on, let me just play it for you. Let me just play it for you because I think you all deserve to hear this alert noise. Hold on. Can you hear it? So that's the sound that plays when one of my timers go out. It's just Yoda dying. So yes, Yoda dying has come. Yoda has died. So now we have seen here, we have covered around 1,491 words in the span of 1 hour 30 minutes, covering the topic of low fantasy. And what was that? That was Yoda dying from Lego Star Wars. So yes, it's dying. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just bad. Basically, yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. So let's just have a cover of the songs. So we did this. Urban fantasy is now going to be crossed out for the next writing session. So we can just kind of delete this. So we can just have this. And so our urban fantasy outline was about a dwarf janitor. None of this. Let's just say a dwarf janitor. And then he's cleaning up university in St. Petersburg, and it takes place in 1992, 1 year after the fall of the Soviet Union. We started off pretty well. And it slowly got relatively worse. Not worse, I mean like very off topic because I didn't know what else to do. The dialogue between Misha, in hindsight, does seem like something to break up the monotonous prosic descriptions of this thing. But however, I felt like the interactions between these two could be expanded a little more. So let's just mute this for a bit. So we could have just expanded this a little more. Then both of these people don't seem very likable as fantasy creatures. Maybe I'm just inputting some kind of discrimination thing, but we're not going to that. Maybe off topic, I'll just discuss it maybe on Twitter, I don't know. And then after that, we cover some discussions, some insights into the end of into the janitor's character as well as Misha. And then we've called out for the revolutionary advancement in mop technology. By the way, if we don't have one already, get the kind of mop that allows you to push down and spin to, dry it out, because that is the best kind of mop. And yes, honestly, if you buy that, invest in that, you'll be able to clean up your house in no time because you can just literally just spin to win. It's really good. Why am I talking about mops? Okay. So yes, other than that, we've discussed a bit more about the janitor, which is good because I didn't really think about the janitor too much. I just want to keep him nameless. But I didn't think of something too advanced about it. So yes. So the dialogue was, now you're promoting mop. I don't know what mop. Let's look at spinning mop. Ah yes, hurricane spin mop. Something like this. If you get this, this is perfect. We'll get Lipman. Wow, I like this name, Lipman. Look at it. Lipman. Spin, mop, and bucket. So Suga. No, Dylus is not promoting mop. He's just simply exonerating why a spinning mop would be beneficial to your household cleaning activities, okay? They didn't have this in 1992. We have it now. Get one if you can. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. So we've covered a few more fantasy creatures like a werewolf, a harpy, and then I don't know, someone else called Oleg. I don't know whether Oleg is a werewolf in my head, but I think that Oleg is. Not so sure. and then we covered a bit of the, you know, the interactions of these fantasy creatures with the modern world, especially modern was it 1992 1990s Russia. And then after that we could not finish it and had to talk about his safe space in the janitor room where he can sit there and smoke all day. And other than that, that's it. The timer finished here. So as a concluding note, I think we did pretty alright. The topic was fairly unknown to me. If I didn't really pick Russia, because Russia to me is a very complicated topic to handle. If I didn't pick Russia, I guess I could have had an easier time, but I wanted to challenge myself and say, why didn't I try a foreign nation's mythology or political atmosphere or geopolitical atmosphere? It'd be something interesting to write about. I've always been curious about Russia. See me after class for more details. So other than that, I guess that's all for tonight. And yeah. Oh, Shopee just messaged me again. Okay, I guess that's it for tonight. And marks the end of the writing stream. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this fantastic train wreck of a stream. And yes, I'll definitely be having more of these in the future. And as the topics have indicated, the next time we're gonna have the spin the wheel sessions. Or if I'm doing the spin wheel sessions, I'll be covering science fiction, possibly covering science fiction, soft romance, mystery, police, one act plays, poetry or tragedy, and then I don't know, maybe something else inside there. And for tomorrow will be the last stream of this week. It'll be very special because I'll be teaming up with fellow ghost hunters Verona and Jackil. And look forward to that because we had our pre-stream and it was amazing. if you were there, Sky, you will know how chaotic it was. I still have not drawn the thumbnail for that. Oh no. So basically, yeah, that's it for tonight. So far, I probably need more brush ups. I'm still doing another thing writing wise, so I hope my writing will improve in the future for everyone, so that it's more readable. I'm sorry if I confused you with my language because it's fairly advanced, and if you do need help, do feel free to just hit me up on something. I don't mind teaching you English. That would be a very convincing thing. Anyway, I guess I'm going off on a tangent again. Anyway, thank you for coming in. The stream has ended. Glory be a day. Make sure you get good rest, okay? I also need rest.